So we have a Lindenwood final with Venkat Ramesh and Fernando Yamazato 0-0 here at the 2012 College Table Tennis National Championships, brought to you in Plano, Texas. Venkat Ramesh gets started with an early 1-0 lead, thanks to Butterfly for providing the tables, the barriers, and a bunch of other equipment. You can check out the latest in Butterfly gear at butterflyonline.com. We also want to thank Noogie. You can visit them online at robo-pong.com or noogie.com. They make one of the top table tennis robots. And not only is it a great robot, it's cost efficient, so you're not going to have to put out a mortgage to get a teammate at your own house. We also can't forget to thank the National Collegiate Table Tennis Association, also known as NCTTA, a non-profit organization with volunteers trying to make this tournament a success. Also, the Plano Sports Authority, providing this facility titled the Plano Sports Authority #2, because, hey, this is, they have so much going on in sports in Plano that they had to build a second facility. So congratulations and thank you to the city of Plano and everyone else that's listening to the broadcast that's made this broadcast a success. That's definitely going to be on ESPN's top 10 this week. Big point for Fernando Yamazato and Venkat Ramesh. It seems like there's a lot of fans that have left, maybe because it's Lindenwood versus Lindenwood, but still a lot of people sticking around here for the broadcast. Okay, so I'm joined here alongside here at the 2012 College Table Tennis National Championships with Lindenwood head coach Randy Kendall. Randy, thank you for joining us.
It's great to be here, Mike.
Randy is the head coach at Lindenwood, and both of his players are playing here in the final. So I think Randy knows more about these players than anyone.
Well, these guys are great players. They're great students. They also have a great respect for each other and the game themselves.
9-8, Yamazato on serve. Big topspin loop. So 2 game points now for Yamazato. Let's see if Venkat has some serves he's saved up for today. 2 nets in a row, 8-10. So 11-8, game to Fernando Yamazato. Randy, tell me a little bit about the relationship with Fernando and Venkat. Are they practice partners at when you're playing together in practice, and also are they friends outside of table tennis?
They do have some opportunity to practice together when we have our sessions during the week, when we go to our tournaments. When we have doubles opportunities, we allow them to practice as partners and then to go and compete. They've recently won the St. Joseph Valley Open out there in South Bend, Indiana, Dan Seemiller's tournament, and that was a big win for them there because they actually beat Mark Kaczynski and Dan Seemiller Sr. in the finals 4-0. So they enjoy each other. They've got a good relationship and a respect for each other, healthy on what's happening here. Venkat's got short pips, which is a little different than what Fernando is playing with, and so his game's a little different. You'll watch him attack on the backhand side and do some blocking, and he's very aggressive with that.
So Venkat is the number 6 seed, while Fernando Yamazato is the number 2. So Yamazato is favored to win this match. But again, like we said, they're teammates. They play with each other. They play against each other. So you can sort of throw seeds out the door.
That's an excellent one.
You can throw seeds out the door, Randy, but Venkat, he's going to have some trouble against Yamazato.
Yeah, they've got a great relationship in playing. We held a tournament on Lindenwood's campus just the weekend before Easter, and at that point in time, they had a time to play in a giant round robin, and Venkat was able to beat him. But Fernando has beaten him before, so it's always a good match to watch them play. That was an excellent example of counter, going back and forth. Fernando came out on top.
Well, one of the things that's really interesting about this broadcast is not only do we have a live feed of the match itself, but we also have a live Facebook feed. So people are having the opportunity to... Wow.
That was excellent. That's one thing you'll watch with Fernando being so far off on the right side of the table going around the net. You think that might be a lucky shot, but I'll guarantee you it is not. I've seen him do it in practice many times, and frankly, they practice it. He and Karin Fukushima, who we just saw in the women's singles, will practice going around the net over and over again.
No, we talk, most, 1,500, 2,000 players, they're just trying to, loop it maybe 15, 20 times in a row or look at a position. But when you're at a 2,500 level, these are the shots that you're going to practice. The more difficult ones.
Yeah, these are not. Look at that. Amazing. Amazing counters from 15, 20 feet back from the table. And you notice when Fernando hits his backhand, it is not a floating ball. He has got pace on that because he's been a terrific player on backhand when he's retrieving.
Another net ball. Venkat takes the lead 6-3.
Near miss by Fernando there. I see on our Facebook page we've got a new incoming freshman that's giving a shout out, Igor. Igor, we're glad to have you watching here, and we look forward to having you be a part of the team as our first Paralympian in the fall.
Yeah, tell us, Randy, how did it come about that Igor is going to be on your team this coming year?
Well, he's been out to our tournament on Lindenwood's campus, checking it out, as well as some other schools that he was interested in, and he's recently made a decision that he wants to come to our place, and we're looking forward to having him as a part of our team.
Well, Randy, if you have so much success with a table tennis team in Lindenwood, you might end up getting an entire Paralympic team while you're at it.
Well, we've got our tables are built for that. We've got butterfly tables, and they're built for wheelchairs as well. So if we've got people that are interested in that, we'll certainly take them as part of the team.
And more importantly, they're going to get a great education.
Oh, absolutely. Lindenwood's first priority, and you could ask anyone from the president on down that first is education, second will be the sports, which is a privilege to go and play.
So 9-5 for Venkat. What kind of feedback are you getting, Randy, from the administration, from the, I guess, your superiors about table tennis?
Well, first of all, the program 4 years ago started with the president. My understanding is the president went to the athletic director and said, well, we want to add table tennis. The athletic director, unfortunately, had no idea what to do with that, and so looked to the local community to find someone that knew something about table tennis. And happened to be another professor there that knew about my wife and I had started the St. Peter's Table Tennis Club locally, just trying to get the sport going in the area. And so they reached out to us and said, well, is this going to be possible? What would we do? So we wrote up a 10-page proposal that had some input from some other folks, including yourself, and said, hey, here's what we want to try to do. And for the most part, they took all the things that we suggested and put them in place. And frankly, our phased approach for what we're going to do happened much faster than we expected. We thought we'd be 3 to 5 years out before accomplishing some of the stuff that we accomplished within probably about 2 years. But the university's got great support. We have probably fierce forehand from Fernando.
Yeah, you just have to interrupt that shot because it's just unbelievable.
The university has been terrific in supporting it. They allow our players to come with financial assistance. They pay for the entry fees. They pay for the hotel. They pay for the meals. It's just a wonderful opportunity for us to go and do that, and transportation's thrown in there as well.
9-9. So 10-9, Fernando Yamazato. 1 point to make this a 2-0 lead.
Wonderful shot down the line by Mr. Venkat. Accomplished India player in the junior ranks. There's the pips coming into play. Took the pace off of that and dropped it low to the floor.
And Fernando's already low to the floor, as being as tall as he is, but still, that was a tough ball to get. 11-10, game point. Venkat could not connect, so it ties it up at 11-all. Drama unfolding here at the 2012 College Table Tennis National Championships here in beautiful Plano, Texas.
Oh, there it is again. Another forehand loop down that line.
11-12.
I've seen him do that many times, and he continues to employ it at the right moment, catching Fernando off guard. Oh.
Ouch.
Tough way to go on that one, folks. So we're now tied up at 1-1.
Well, so obviously we've seen some pretty amazing shots here from both of these players, and you've seen them get serious, but you've also seen them have a lot of fun while they're practicing. What are some of the specialty shots that you see Venkat trying to work on while he's in practice?
Well, Venkat, he's got with his pips on there, he's got an opportunity to do some stuff. So he'll try real short balls. So there'll be some times he'll go try to get some angles, and with his pips, just hit it on the side so that it'll just spin off, going off at an angle on there for short balls. Fernando, he does a lot of stuff where he's looping around the side of the table, like I talked about on there, and then he's very good at retrieving balls. So you'll see him back in the back, and I mentioned a little earlier about his backhand. He's just not blocking that ball back from back there. He's got a stiff control on it, and that ball is coming back with some spin. Excellent opportunity for him to try to win the point even from deep off of the table. Both of these players are just terrific guys off the court and on the court as well.
Again, it is 1-all at the 2012 College Table Tennis National Championships. 1-1 going into the third game here. Again, these are two teammates that have been playing together all year. Venkat's a freshman. Fernando's been with the program a little bit longer, but they're both strong players. Randy, talk about the recruiting experiences with both these players, how that all came to be.
Venkat's our most recent one as a freshman, and he came in because he's got family that's here in the U.S. Folks, it is hard to believe you'll see something better than that. That is just absolute counterpunching over and over again, re-looping back and forth. Even the drop by Venkat was not enough because he didn't double bounce it in the middle of the table. It went off the side, giving Fernando time to reach up and hit it back.
99% of the people in this room could not have gotten that ball back. And like you said, he has to think about where he's dropping the ball. He puts it in the middle, he wouldn't have got that, but because he angled it just a 1/16 of an inch to the left going off the table, Fernando was able to just wiggle the ball and get it back on top. 2-2.
Venkat's family member reached out to the university and said, hey, we're interested in having this young man who's an India junior national player come over, and we made some arrangements to work that out. Unbelievable block by Fernando as he took charge of that backhand down the line. Venkat's family was the one who set this thing up, was a chance to meet him in Baltimore. We went up there for the team championships. The university flew up a couple players, and he was there. Again, you can see Venkat putting pressure on Fernando's backhand, but Fernando's not letting off with easy lobs. Those things are spinning right back on the table.
And it's so interesting to see Fernando Yamazato have the ability to almost pick the ball up off his shoe and smack it cross court.
Fernando has great touch, and he really glides. If you watch his footwork and stuff on air, he's very light on his feet. You never see him in a standstill position.
Does Venkat have a desire to play for the Indian national team in the future, maybe? Or is he looking, I mean, he's like most college students, he may be looking more at his career.
Yeah. At the moment, he's looking at the career stuff the way I understand. That's why he made the decision to leave the country and come on over here and get his education started. He loves finance, accounting and stuff. He's looking to do something in that area, then maybe go back for a banking opportunity. Loss of concentration there, and Venkat gives away a free point. Unbelievable.
I think Venkat just said, thank you, I got a free one. Because he just, I mean, every time the ball's coming back, is it almost impossible to overpower Yamazato?
Oh, good serve there. Yamazato's very adept at adjusting as necessary. Rarely do you see Yamazato overhit. He plays what he can do within his ability and doesn't reach too far to try something that he's not capable of doing. That's what gives him such a high percentage of wins.
9-6.
Misdirection on there. Caught Venkat unaware.
And I think that Venkat has lost his concentration in this game. There's 4 match points now, or not match points, game points for Yamazato to take this to 2 games to 1.
Look at that. Reached up with that backhand pip, short pips, and just pushed it away.
And I can only count about less than the fingers on my hand how many times that Fernando hasn't been able to get to a ball. Wonderful placement.
Short serve wins the game. Fernando now takes a 2-1 lead.
Randy, let's just talk a little bit about the college nationals this year at Plano, Texas. Tell us about what you've seen the first couple days, and what is your reaction? And I guess compare this to other tournaments in the past.
Interesting facility. First of all, I'm not sure that I've been in a facility that had all the practice tables that they've got here, 18 of those, and then the 18 additional ones that they have for the competition, all laid out in the same one. They've got a good location, so it was easy for us to get to, although the university hires a bus driver and a charter bus to take the team down here. We brought with us 9 male players, and then we had 4 female players. So we've got a good opportunity for that. We really enjoyed what was happening on the competition that we've got here and the facilities. It's great to have the video. That is something that's streaming.
You got the video looking at us right there.
There's nothing better than that. It gives a chance. I've had my players text me while I've been sitting there in the crowd saying, hey, we're watching, because there's a few others that didn't have a chance to travel with us, and they appreciate that because they can see their teammates here in the finals.
Funny story. On the first day, I think it's Cabrera. I believe he was laying down up on the bleachers up there, kind of in a modeling pose, and someone told him pretty quickly, hey, you need to sit down. Big top spin loop down the line by Yamazato.
Ooh, near miss by Fernando. It blocks down the line.
Igor, got your comment. Yeah, we're just a little bit of disappointment here for the amount of people that have come to watch, and you know what? I think the jealousy is shifting from Texas Wesleyan to Lindenwood. Now, it's unfortunate to see that fellow college table tennis brethren didn't come on out and support their teammates, but I think also they want to get ready for the banquet as well later tonight.
Yeah, I think the banquet's got a lot to do with the players. I mean, we're within less than an hour's time for the banquet to start, and they want to get cleaned up, look a little nicer for a very nice banquet that's put on by the NCTTA. Normally have nice tablecloths and china and wonderful food. Then there's congratulations and stuff for those that have sponsored the event. Fast exchange there between 2 Lindenwood teammates. Fernando taking the upper hand.
They'll also be handing out the awards for the men and women's singles and men and women's doubles teams. And men and women's singles teams are going to finish up tomorrow.
Right, we're looking forward to that. It's be an opportunity for our players to get together. It's always fun to be a team and have a teammate that you can support.
Okay, so we talked about Venkat, Ramesh, and how he came to Lindenwood. Randy, talk a little bit about Fernando Yamazato and how he came to the Lindenwood program.
Fernando, this is his 3rd year of eligibility with us, and he came as kind of a second wave of Brazilians. We had a couple of Brazilians that came one year. There he goes with the forehand down the line. And they went back and told their brethren here, which happened to be Fernando at the time, that, hey, this is a good place to come. They have a solid program here, and you ought to come and join us. And so we had numbers of players come back at that point. In addition to Fernando, we had Paulo Rocha, and we had Livia Mizubushi. And then we had Jose Barbosa also had joined us at that time. So we had 5 new Brazilians that came in at once. And these are 5 top-notch, highly rated players.
And that's because you speak Portuguese so well, right, Randy?
That's interesting. The university has a big emphasis on the fact that they must speak English. They won't even let them into school unless they do. So when we talk about that Fernando's got probably, I don't have the exact figure in front of me, but I suspect it's real close to a 3.8 after being there for 3 years. He's going to be a senior this next year. He's doing that against Americans who are sitting there with English as their first language, and he's doing it and studying these books and hearing these professors in a second language for him. So my hat's off to him in the classroom.
9-6. Yamazato taking the lead. So now it's 2-1 and 9-6. So it's Yamazato's trying to make this 3-1. Venkat trying to tie it up. Crowd getting excited.
Oh, near miss there. Short game is so important because it starts off the players bouncing in and back out, trying to determine whether the ball's going to go long enough to hit. There's Fernando taking it off of the wood floor. Couldn't have been but a racket's length away.
And again, another example of Fernando's touch. Again, this is, the racket's about a foot off the ground. Heavy, and he's using it on his backhand. On top of that, this isn't just a lob. This is a spinning shot that's coming at him from Venkat.
Yeah, he reads spin real well, and because he's so athletic, and he's got great hand-eye coordination on there, he's able to take whatever ball, wherever it's at, and just roll it back up onto the table. It's a good opportunity just to demonstrate what skills he's got and what level it is. There's few people that can do the stuff that Fernando is doing on there. And Venkat's doing his best on there to take those options away and give him something that's going to trap Fernando so that he's not able to put the ball back.
I've noticed the last 24 hours, Yamazato looks like he's been experiencing a cold. Every time I go to the bathroom, he's there blowing his nose. Has he been sick the last couple days? Do you know? Or?
I don't know that he's been sick, but he may not be feeling just quite up to par on that. But he's not one that complains. So, he moves forward and makes no excuses for when he's going out and playing. And so far, he's doing just great here, leading at 3-1.
Crowd getting into it.
Oh, excellent there. You'll see Yamazato lean out of the way so he can get that forehand as Venkat is pushing it right into his body. Ooh, there's that backhand down the line to near miss. Oh, there it is.
Hey,
Three
Coach,
in a row, over and over again.
Coach Kendall, how much do these players work on their serves? Because as you can tell, these are heavy, spinny, very strategic serves that they've been using. Do they take a lot of time as part of practice to work on those?
They do, but their serves have been practiced so well before when they've got here and over these years on there that they can do this thing consistently. More often than not, they'll work on the serve in combination with something else. So they'll work on a serve and then have the person who's doing it either push something long so they can get into a looping rally, or maybe some sort of drill where they're hitting several, going backhands, forehands. That's one of the nice things about this. They'll help out the less talented players with some less experience. They're not selfish, neither one of them, about sharing something. Wow. Excellent blocks by.
Okay, now we got
Venkat.
Venkat is getting excited. We're hoping he can emotionally and mentally get back into this match and bring it to 3-2.
Ooh, near miss with the down line backhand from Fernando. Open table.
Oh. 8-2. Fernando's frustrated. That doesn't happen to him very often.
Yeah. He's disappointed in himself when he misses some shots that he thinks he can. His percentage is so high. He expects a lot of himself. He trains hard. Seldom ever misses practice. He's a good role model in that sense for the other younger players that are coming in, and freshmen, those are coming out of high school, that classroom studies are important, but yet you can still maintain your training time. Oh, there it is, going around the
net. We talked about that earlier.
This is not just a myth. That's a shot in the repertoire that they can pull out at any time and use as necessary. When it looks convenient to go around it, they'll do it.
10-4.
Wow. Net cord on there. Those are so difficult to adjust. You're expecting a certain speed, certain spin. Net cords just make all the difference. Oh, loss of concentration there. Ball perhaps moved a little bit from Fernando. It's hard to tell from where we're at here that he can't see the spin, but that ball is rotating a lot.
10-6, so 4 game points for Venkat. See if he can close out this 5th game.
Venkat a bit frustrated that he did not make that return to serve. Ooh. 2 in a row.
And Venkat calls a timeout. Very smart play by Venkat to take his timeout, collect his thoughts, and he was he up 10-4?
I think that was correct.
Okay, so Venkat was up 10-4. Fernando goes on and wins 4 points in a row.
Right.
And then now the match is even closer.
Yeah. Hit something special. This is a good opportunity for Venkat to demonstrate some stuff. And Mikey's got an opportunity here at 10-8 with 2 serves. We're looking to find out if he can pull something out that maybe Fernando hasn't seen before, something that maybe they haven't practiced, or an opportunity. I'm certain he'll look for a position that he can try to serve it in to give him an advantage. He's looking for anything, maybe trick him with something with a top spin serve that Fernando will pop up, and then he's going to take a 3rd ball attack and try to put that ball away.
Well, it's unbelievable the road that Venkat had to get here. He had to knock off several players, including 2 Texas Wesleyan players, Rasvan Kretu and Andreas Ball.
Right. That's to his credit for doing that, knocking off the #1 seed. I mean, that's a great opportunity for Venkat. He has no fear, and he's a veteran of the game, so that he's not anxious about anything. He can play with any person.
Oh, here's where the tricky serves come in. See if he can make it 11-8.
There it is. We've got a match underway yet. 3-2 for Fernando.
So yeah, let's go. We'll go back to talking about a little bit about Venkat's road to the final. He had to first knock off Zhiqing Liang of Mississippi College, and he's the 26th seed, but that's not an easy match either.
Yeah. Mississippi College actually came up to Lindenwood to play in a tournament right before Easter. We worked it out kind of at the very last second with their coach to come up there and do that, and it was a good experience for both sides.
So he ends up beating Mississippi College Church Long. Then he plays Razvan Kretu. Tell us about that match. It's been a long day. It's been a lot of matches.
I was there watching that one, coaching him through that, and he handled that very well because it was a 3-0 match. Took all the games, although there were some close points and game scores in there. Nonetheless, he didn't let Razvan off, and he had no fear of him. Some people would say, well, guys, we know something about him. He's been around a lot. He's got a lot of experience and age on Venkat, but he dismisses all that and says a ball is a ball. The table's the same length as it always has been. I'm going to go out there and play my game.
Talk about the win against Andreas Ball, the #1 seed, former German top junior.
Yeah, that first game was 18-16. I sat there and watched that one. They traded back and forth, and Venkat had many game points and finally got it.
Back in action here in Game 6 at the 2012 College Table Tennis National Championships, and Yamazato starts it out on a good note, 1-0.
For those that couldn't see Venkat serving, he actually rotates his paddle. He was flipping it underneath the table to determine what he was going to do. He has short pips on the red side, inverted rubber on the black. There's a fine example, Fernando. It hits the net, rolls off the side. Fernando not concerned about it, rolls it back on the table, and then slaps the winner.
Randy, I wish I would have known a little bit earlier that you'd have a final here. We could have organized a watching party over at Lindenwood University. Got a big NC, kind of like they have the NCTTA watching party. We could have had that for table tennis.
Oh. Hit the net and rejected. Venkat moving up. It's now 2-3. Oh, a short serve, but just long enough for Fernando to wait, watch, and then just roll over the top of it. He wants to have an opportunity to attack, but he can't do it if it's going to bounce twice on the table, and you have to watch that on the serve. He watched it very closely as he slow looped it. There we go.
Storming back.
Fernando, 10, 15, 20 feet back, still putting that ball on the table with force, with spin. But Venkat is not concerned. There we go. You notice on that point there, Venkat stepped in with that pips on the backhand side. Took a quick, aggressive stroke to get him into a position then where he could finish off the point. Great exchange of points. Now we've got a 5-4 lead.
This isn't over. This isn't over. No fat ladies have sung, that's for sure.
Oh, a near miss by Fernando. He's going down the line after returning that net cord.
A lot of people are, have missed out. They missed out on the opportunity to see this match live. This is drama unfolding here at the 2012 College Table Tennis National Championships.
Oh, folks, that is unbelievable. Attacking by Fernando and soft blocks by Venkat. Continuing to put it into a position where Fernando finally makes a mistake just barely long.
You don't see Venkat flinch. You just block, block, block.
Venkat is good at blocking on both forehand and backhand. Players that don't have weaknesses in that area make it difficult for opponents to do something with it. If you realize your opponent is a weaker forehand or weaker backhand, that's where a lot of balls are going to go. But Venkat is solid on both sides.
Drama unfolding here. 7-5. Venkat to serve.
There's that backhand. Pips going cross court, corner to corner on the table. Takes 3-point lead. There it is. That ball shanked off the table, but as you can see, the ball bounced high and off to the side, indicating that it was still on the table. It was not a side. We're now seeing Fernando serve at 6-8, 2 serves to tie it up. Oh, an opportunity.
Randy, can you tell us what brands of rubbers the players are using?
Unfortunately, Mike, I don't know that for sure.
Can only know so much as a coach.
I suspect some of it is Tenergy, because those guys like an opportunity, but I know that these guys have got, with Venkat having Pips on there, I'm actually not familiar with whatever he's got.
After watching this match, I think some people might be looking at buying some Pips.
There's a nice opportunity for Fernando. Close in on this. We're now sitting here at 2-3, but 9-8. And points for this one with one more serve. Oh, there we go.
10-8, so two game points for Venkat Ramesh to tie it up at 3-all. You could not have asked for a better storyline. Players using their towel break to calm their thoughts, and everyone here at the venue is wired to this match. I can't count how many cell phones and cell phone cameras are being utilized right now.
Unbelievable finish. We got the game tied up at 3-3 now, as Venkat reaches way down to the floor and loops hard as he comes up with side spin right back down to the wood floor for a winning game. 3-all now.
I mean, that was almost like a Jusei hook chop by Fernando Yamazato, and every time I think a good shot is going to be hit, right after that, an even better shot happens.
Yeah, it's unbelievable the exchanges they can do and go back and forth. Venkat wanted that one bad, as he was seriously focused on what was going to happen, and he took it.
Let's talk about Fernando Yamazato's journey to the men's finals. He defeated Jurika Burovic of Brown, 31 seed, but there aren't any bad players in the championship bracket.
No, this is all good stuff at the national championship title when you're going in here and playing at this level of competition.
After that, he had to knock out Jerchow Shea, another player from Mississippi College.
Right.
Again, Mississippi College came to Lindenwood about 2 weeks ago and played against them. And this is their #1 player, isn't it?
No, I believe it's one of their top players.
Okay.
Their players are all on the 2,300 level, within probably 40 points of each other. So I believe the semifinalist, Yang Yu, is probably the one that might have just a slightly higher USATT rating.
After that, Jetty Bai had to get past him. What was that match like?
Well, that was a consistent one for Fernando. Fernando didn't let him up to even have a breather on there, and controlled that one 3 straight.
So 7th game, men's singles final here at the 2012 College Table Tennis National Championships. Doesn't get better than this. Shout out to Frank Smith from Andrew Johnson. Said his friend's doing a great job as a scorekeeper. Now, every volunteer counts, that's for sure. And Randy, you know better than anyone that without volunteers, this tournament is not possible.
All right, that's absolutely true. There we go. We see Fernando nearly down on the ground with his knees bent to get beneath the ball so that he's able to spin up and land it back yet on the table.
So 3-1 Yamazato on serve. Ball goes a little bit long. Venkat continues focused. Crowd is very excited. Have several young Plano Table Tennis Club players here watching these players. I'm sure many of them now can dream about a opportunity to play college table tennis.
You bet. That's one thing that's great about this sport. We've got them young and old. In the tournament we just had, we had 100 people. Lindenwood. They came from 9 different states on there. We had them as young as 10, going up to 80. We are tied, folks, 4-4.
Again, it can't be a closer match. 4-all in the final 7th deciding game.
Loop by Fernando. The block by Venkat, not good. Land in the net. Fernando, they switch sides, takes a 1-point lead.
You think Fernando's going to utilize that timeout?
Not at the moment.
Not at the
We'll
moment.
See as it progresses, Mike.
Oh, Venkat goes to his knees in frustration. Knows that the match is getting a little bit out of his grasp as Fernando Yamazato goes up 6-4, but fortunately for Venkat, he is serving.
Oh, block went long. Venkat a little bit frustrated himself because he knows he's capable. Oh, tough shot by Fernando. He's getting excited now as he takes an 8-4 lead, 3 points away from taking his first ever national title.
So 3 points from the championship title and 3 points he just won in a row. He was just up 5-4. The match is slowly getting out of reach for Venkat. He's going to have to step up right here.
Oh,
that's one way to do it.
He reached in with those pips. Moved that ball away with that backhand so that Fernando wasn't able to return it.
8-5.
Power loop. Dug way down for Venkat. Pushes Fernando all the way back.
6-8.
Now the tide's turning. Down 6-8. Now Venkat is on serve. Let's see if he can take advantage.
Oh. Top opportunity for Venkat as Fernando takes a 3-point lead. Now only 2 points away from his first men's national singles championship title. There we go.
1 point away, so 4 match points and most importantly, title points. Oh, sorry, 9-7.
9-7.
2 points away, maybe. Let's see.
Venkat's not willing to go away quietly. Ooh. Net cord, and we'll see another serve from Fernando. Bragging rights at stake. Oh, near miss. The pips blocked down the line. Now we've got 3 match points for Brazilian Fernando Yamazato against Lindenwood's India Venkat Ramesh. Oh, folks, a tremendous exchange as Fernando from 20 feet back, backhand after backhand, returns it. Wonderful opportunity for 2 players from Lindenwood that deserve all the respect.
Unbelievable. Fernando wins the men's singles title, and congratulations to Lindenwood for getting first and second. And you got some team events coming up tomorrow as well.
Oh, we're looking forward to that, the men and the women. It's fun to play against each other. It's fun to play with each other.
All right, Randy. Well, hey, thank you for joining us, and go in and grab your players, and we'll do a quick interview with them.
Okay.
Coming up in just in a second, Venkat, Ramesh, and Yamazato live here at the 2012 College Table Tennis National Championships.